Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vidhan, and today we have one of the mentors at the top percentile who's also a current student at JBIMS. We at TTP have always believed that our students should be mentored and guided by the ones who have actually made it and by the ones who can give right advice to crack CET. So here we are taking interview of Mansi to know her experience at JBIMS and what it took to crack CET. So hi Mansi.
Hello, hi Vidhan.
How are you? How's it going at JBMS?
I'm great. JBIMS is going great, and we are currently in the fourth semester. I'm in
Oh,
the second year of M.M.S. and I have chose finance as my specialization. So I have absolutely loved the faculty that we are getting. We are getting a lot of ex-directors, a lot of current directors. Sandeep Gokhale sir, who is a
boss,
current
I
director, he's
remember.
an independent director at JSW. And then we have Sandesh Kirkire sir, he was a director. So it's an absolutely delight to be learning from all of these people, and it's so enriching when you get all these experiences that they talk about all of this, and you feel like you are sitting in that meeting room listening to all that stuff that was happening around them, and it feels really just simply great to be a part of that class.
I'm so
And
happy to hear that and feel so nostalgic listening to all these names. And there was a time that we used to attend these lectures, but it's really great that you get to go to JVMS also for whole 2 years. Ours was hit by COVID, so we couldn't go as much as y'all are going. But it's really nice to hear that. Is the bathtub
yeah.
still there? The huge one?
Oh yeah, the bathtub is still here. And we always keep wondering what is the backstory of this. And
No one
we
knows.
have just ended with calling it bathtub. Yeah, it's a bathtub. Nobody
I
uses.
think it was given to JBMS by one of the alums, and which is why it's there.
Okay.
But
I
you
would
find it
absolutely
later
love to
and
hear
let
this
me know,
story from the alum.
because even I want to know. You find it.
I will. One thing that's what I love about JBIMS is the batch size. Compared to the other B schools, the batch size is comparatively lower. And all these professors, they are a lot more believing into teamwork, so they keep switching up the teams. They are like, no, we'll give you teams, you will not be working with your friends and whatever, because when you go out into corporate, you will not be choosing who you
Of
work with.
course, yeah,
So we have interacted, like there are, like, currently there's 157 of us. All of us knows everyone, and we have been like, all of us just talk like we are just friends. Like,
yeah. It's
it's
like one
really
family.
great. Yeah, it's really great to be, when, like, when my friends from IM, I can boast in front of them, yeah, I know this guy, he was, and like, oh, you know everybody, like, yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
that's too good. That's very nice. It's actually important to know everyone, because then once you're in the industry, you never know whose help you'd be needing, and they'd be at some
Yeah,
different industry that you might want to get in, and it's because of these contacts, it's because of this networking that you'd be able to
yeah,
reach there.
and that's absolutely true.
Amazing. So, Mansi, my next question would be, there are a lot of committees, right, in JVIS. We have got Catalyst, Alcom, Placement Committee, ECEL, SAG. So, are you a part of any of these committees?
Yeah, I'm a part of ECEL, which is a short form of entrepreneurship cell. So JBIMS has a long leading culture of CEOs. It's called the CEO factory. So we have been focusing on, we as a committee, we are focusing on getting more startups out of JBIMS. So, when just like a person enters into B school, the primary vision should not be a placement.
Hmm, hmm.
It can be something that's business oriented. It does not have to be limited to placement. You can either start your own business, you can have your own startup. And we are trying to get, like, all of our students, all of
Hmm.
our next aspirants to, like, into that mindset, so that when they enter, they are just not into ki nahi mujhe job chahiye, placement chahiye. They would be more like, I want to get into business, I want to be something big. Like, placement should not be their
I'm
only
sure.
goal.
I'm
And
sure.
we as a committee, we have been mentored by really great people, Chaya ma'am, Arun sir.
Of
Both
course.
of them are entrepreneurs themselves, and we have been getting, like, constant guidance from them. So it's, like, really great to be working in this committee. And like, all of my committee members, a few of them have their own startups, a
Wow.
few of them aspire to get into startups next year. Some of
Hmm.
them have family businesses which they want to continue further. So, like, my ESL, I would say, is comprised of, like, it's like a lot of different colors, but it's very good to be a part of this, because when I sit into the, like, when all of us are discussing and we sit there, like everyone brings a new business acumen, a new business knowledge into it, and we were like, oh, we were not even aware that this could happen, and
That
it's
happens a
pretty
lot.
innovative. Yeah.
Someone is
So,
always better than you in JBMS. Always.
and I think it's one of the perk, I would say, one of the features of JBIMS. You
That's
wouldn't
true.
even
That's true.
expect, and somebody would be.
I remember even we had gotten in touch with ESL. It was some competition or for some event which
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
yeah,
we will be continuing that further. We have a uh, event coming on. I think it's the 60th anniversary of JBIMS. So we will
Diamond
be having
Trophy.
a, yeah, we will have having that, and we are conducting a few of our programs into that because it's going to be a 2 or 3 day event. So we are in talks with the director. How should we proceed further?
Amazing. So, guys, it's because of these reasons that we get such mentors for you all in TTP, such experiences at JBMS. They know everything, how to crack CET. What does it mean to actually get into JBMS? Being one of those 157 students in JBMS, getting the best placements, the best faculty, and being around the brightest minds of India. So, Mansi, my next question would be, where have you completed your summer internship? And how was the experience like over there? Who did you all interact with over there on daily basis? So if you can help us with that.
So I was placed with Aditya Birla Capital. I interned there. I was placed in the Aditya Birla Finance, the vertical of it.
Got it.
Initially, it was not merged with Aditya Birla. Aditya Birla Capital. It has been recently merged. So I was in the single vertical of Aditya Birla Finance.
Okay.
I was in the business unit, but it gave me an opportunity to be working with the third party on like one on one. My manager was pretty supportive. Like, I don't care if you're just an intern. I want you to be fully merged with the team and
Right.
completely do what I would expect a full time
Hmm.
employee to be doing.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it gave me a lot of exposure. Matlab, I was not expecting when I entered the internship. I was not expecting that I would be interacting with the like third party or something. I was like, clerk ka kaam de denge, Xerox nikal lo, ye nikal lo. But
Yeah.
it was so, well, what should I say? It's like it was a very overwhelming experience. I was not expecting as a fresher because I saw a lot of my co-interns getting so difficult tasks, and I was like, मेरे को शायद देंगे भी नहीं because I'm a fresher and I wouldn't.
Hmm.
But my manager was like, you are a fresher. I'm going to challenge you, and he gave me toughest of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sir, I do not know how to do this, and he was like, don't get scared. I am here. The rest of the team is here, and it went pretty well. Like, I was very proud of the result that I came back. And during my internship, the project that I was allotted to, the head of the team, which is, I think, Sandeep Singh, he is the head of one section. I do not remember the name. I think that's THE loan section. He is the head of that. And I also had occasional encounters with the CEO of Aditya Birla Finance.
Wow.
So it was, I would say it's all due to the name of JBIMS because I don't think anybody would be allowed to just, go and meet the CEO out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
random.
yeah. So I remember this has happened to me as well in PepsiCo. I was interning at PepsiCo, and I was told to talk to everyone right from the bottom to the topmost level. And it was such an experience because I was like, अरे मुझे क्या बोल रहे हो आप ये लोग से बात करने में मेरे को कुछ नहीं आता है. Please teach me
Yeah.
something first and then you ask me to talk to them. No, she's like, no. You have to talk
Hmm.
to them and then learn. And then I want to take you, I want you to take decisions and see then how it goes. So at JBMS,
Yeah.
guys, whenever you get an internship, they just throw you. Like they're throwing you in the ocean and they're asking you to figure out how to swim. And वो दो
Yeah.
महीने में जितना तुम सीखते हो, I wouldn't have ever thought that in those 2 months I would learn so much. I thought कि बस ठीक है JBMS से पैसा मिल गया, okay निकल लो. But it's the knowledge that you get over there and the way you talk to people, the way you get your shit done. That is something which is crazy at those internships.
So that was my first corporate exposure. I initially was a part of business, but like before JIMS. But when I got into the internship, that was my first corporate exposure. And as a fresher, it was pretty intimidating for me. How would I do this?
Yeah.
But during the time, I got a lot of support from my JBIMS peers. They would just, give me a call someday, like, कैसे चल रहा है project? हमको ये दिया है, वो दिया है. We are doing this, we are doing that, and like, oh, okay, this is something that I can also implement, and it gave me a lot of new ideas. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. And my entire team there, they knew that I was a fresher. So they were like, we don't care if you're a fresher. I want you to sit in this. I sat in a team of Bharat Pay. I sat in the team of Google Pay, and I was like, wow, this is so wow. I don't have words for it. And I was talking to a lot of people, a lot. I did not even experience that.
So Mansi, that was amazing. Great to hear that. And another perks of JBMS being in Mumbai, that it has access to all the leaders and some great people of India who come there for the guest lectures and very enlightening. So Mansi, we've
Yeah.
talked a lot about your experience at JBMS right now. But a lot of people would be watching this video who are currently preparing for CET and they have a dream to get into a college like JBMS. So let's talk about your
Mhm.
preparation a little. Could you tell us how did you prepare for CET? How many mock providers did you go for? Around how many mocks did you take before CET? And for how many months did you prepare for CET? Area-wise, topic-wise tests, etc., etc. What did you take?
So the CET that got me into JBIMS was my third attempt.
Okay.
Previously, I had appeared for CET twice, and like it was pretty demotivating because I ended up with 98 percentile both of the times, and I was like, इतने से रह जा रहा है, इतने से like कुछ there is something that I cannot figure out that I'm
Okay.
doing wrong,
Hmm.
and it was pretty disheartening to be sitting on the part where I could see people getting into JBIMS, and I'm like, मुझसे क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Where am I falling wrong? And it was it was like, what should I say? I don't even have words for that because I was simply demotivated. I was like, मुझे नहीं पढ़ना, मुझे नहीं करना है. I don't want to do anything. But after like few days, a few weeks, I picked up myself like, no, this cannot continue.
Hmm.
I know that 98 percentile tak pahunchna is not a game.
Hmm.
If I have reached there, 99 is not far. It's just
Correct.
one percentile ka gap.
Yeah.
So I'll go there. I'll reach.
Hmm.
I'll figure out what I'm doing wrong, and I'm going to get that. So in my first attempt, I took it pretty easily. Like, हो जाएगा, it's not a big deal. I saw the paper pattern once and like, ah, ये तो आता है, ये था. And I did not prepare well in my first attempt. But after the result of my first attempt, I was like, okay, maybe it's not very difficult. I can get JBIMS in the next attempt. And then I figured out some strategies. Then I'd be like, I'm not practicing enough. So I'll start practicing. I'll give, you know, कुछ mocks दे दूंगी वगैरह. But by the time exam came, I had not appeared for any mocks. I
Oh.
was pretty practiced and pretty learned with a lot of topics. Like I was very good at it, but I had not really appeared for mocks. And during the exam, my time management messed up. Like it messed up pretty bad, and I was like, okay, I can't, I cannot do this again. And when I came back from my second attempt, I was like, फिर से 98, फिर से 98, मुझे नहीं करना है अभी. But then I was like, okay, I know what's the problem here, right? It's just my time management. I did not do well for that. So I'll do one thing. I'll continue practicing what I have done earlier. And then I'll just give a few more mocks, a few more tests than I have given earlier. And then maybe I'll reach where I'm targeting for. And yes, it did help me because all of the three my attempts, I figured that I was doing something right, but I just like, क्या करना है? I was,
Yeah.
and like a lot of mentors on YouTube, especially TTP, Yash Shah. Yash is our senior, so um, like a lot of his YouTube videos were very motivating. I saw previous JBIMS aspirants and like how did they prepare, what were the strategies, and then I started searching for mocks. There were a lot of mocks in the market, but I was like pretty attracted to what Yash was selling, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give Yash a
You
try.
mean
And then,
Harsh, Harsh.
oh yes, I'm absolutely sorry, Harsh.
That's okay. That's
Ah,
okay.
sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Harsh.
I thought I'll give Harsh a try, and yeah, I think his mocks were pretty challenging. They gave me a lot of areas where I could work on. So I think the basic need when you're preparing is knowing where you are falling short.
Hmm.
And his mocks, the TTP mocks, have been a great pinpoint ki okay, this area is my weakness, or in this area my time management is not going well, so I need to focus on that. And that overall gave me a great idea कि अब मुझे प्रिपरेशन किस डायरेक्शन में लेकर जानी है.
Right, right.
सो इट हेल्प्ड मी कीप गेटिंग माई सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड कि so बीच में डिमोटिवेशन नहीं कि यार स्कोर ड्रॉप हो गया वॉट एवर. But yeah, it was a consistent growth in my scores and whatever that I'm like, yeah, this is going well, and I'll continue this,
I'm
and maybe I'll get there.
I'm
And yeah,
I'm really glad that TTV could help you in any way possible. But could you tell us how much did you score in CET 2023?
yeah, I've scored 99.91 percentile.
Okay, fab, fab. And how many mocks did you take in your third attempt,
Uh, I gave
approximately?
I gave around, yeah, for the full mocks I gave around 35 to 40 mocks,
Okay,
and for the sectional tests I gave like hundreds of them. Like किसी दिन
that's so.
कुछ पढ़ने का मन नहीं है तो just
So
give a
yeah,
mock
yeah, that
something.
helps. And how
So
many test
that was
providers
like my
did you
basic
go for?
strategy.
How many mock providers did you go for?
For the full-time mocks, I initially had only TTP,
Okay,
and then I do not actually remember, but I might have tried something else. Oh, I took a mock from my senior, so he was
that's
like, "You can try this, you can try that," and I was like, "Okay,
okay.
fine."
So
And he
the
provided me with some study material, so I did that.
okay, perfect. So that guys, that was her preparation strategy. So mocks always help you. बिना mocks के नहीं हो पाता है, and after giving mocks, you have to analyze your mocks. You have to know where you're going wrong. You have to work on those areas, and then slowly, eventually, you improve and the scores increase. Which is why Mansi is again our mentor. She has experienced the downfalls, the ups, the highs, everything. So she is the perfect one for mentoring the students. Um, could you also talk a little about the mentoring sessions that you take at the top percentile?
Yeah, so I have been taking this mentoring sessions. I have a few students under my wing, and I have seen a consistent growth with all these students because sometimes they are just like, ma'am, I cannot focus on this, or ma'am, it's very demotivating when I'm getting this, very bad scores. But like, no, you cannot just give first work and then say, yeah, it's very demotivating.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
even practiced yet. You're not even
correct.
prepared. You come to me and tell me this after you have been, well versed with the topics and
Mm,
practiced
mm,
enough. So I've seen this and they have been practicing it. Like a lot of people keep updating me every day what they are studying, and like I get in like between 12 to 12:15 I get around 12 to 13 messages from each
mm.
of my mentees, and they are like, मैम आज ये पढ़ा ये पढ़ा ये पढ़ा इस सब्जेक्ट का ये वाला टॉपिक इसके इतने क्वेश्चंस एंड लाइक या दैट्स वेयर आई वांट माय स्टूडेंट टू बी हेडिंग बिकॉज आई नो फॉर अ फैक्ट कि प्रैक्टिस एंड मॉक्स are the absolute lifesavers for you because
Right.
you can be very talented in certain
Mm,
subjects, but
mm.
unless until you are practicing it, unless until you are giving some mocks, some test, you're not getting anywhere. So
Okay.
I have seen very much very consistent increase in all of these scores. Like
Mm.
I remember a lot of my mentees started from 60, 65, and now they are at like 105, 120, and like that's a decent score.
That
And
was me.
by the
That
by
was
the
me.
time CET rolls around,
Mm.
it's like 150, 165 आराम से हो जाएगा.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
So
I'm
it's good.
really glad that that's happening with your mentees and you're guiding them really well. We've had some good feedback also. So thank you so much for that. Mansi, there's this one last question that I want you to address, which is what is the advice that you would like to give to all the viewers, to all the aspirants for wanting to crack CET?
Well, so what I have experienced is CET can be a really demotivating exam. Once you are appearing for mocks or
Mm.
some tests, you might score very little in something and you might score very large in something. But I think that's not what you should be focusing on because right now these marks mean nothing to you. Your
Correct.
main target is just the exam.
Mm.
So if you're focusing on these marks right now, कि मुझे अभी नहीं आया, तो that's not something that you should be focusing on. Just at this point getting demotivated for you is like your biggest weakness. Keep yourself on the stream, keep yourself dedicated. It's not about what marks you're scoring today, it's about what you will be scoring in the exam. So for
Right.
that you will need to
Right.
keep yourself on track. पूरा प्रिपरेशन करो, पूरा डेडिकेशन रखो. You are going to get the target that you are aiming for. Do
Very
not
well
feel like
said.
I cannot understand what's going on
Mm.
and like
Mm.
my mental health is not fine.
Mm. Mm.
JBIMS में आ जाओ, mental health will be छप्पर फाड़ देगी. Don't worry about it.
Very well said. That's a great advice. That's in fact what even I say. कि currently अभी mocks में जितना भी आया doesn't matter. You have to score on that day. And I mean, I used to be the one who never came on the Hall of Fame of, for example, IMS mocks. But I knew
Mm-hmm.
I'll get there. Last day पे तो मैं निकालूंगा कैसे ना कैसे. So just have that confidence in you, keep preparing, and don't be complacent, and just
Yeah,
be calm, composed, and have that confidence that you've studied enough, you've given a lot of mocks, and you're good. And that would help you to crack CET that day. The ones who are cool, the ones who are calm would be able to crack that CET. So, thank
that's
you so
true.
much, Mansi, for this interview. Uh,
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for having me.
it was
It
great
was
talking to
great. Yeah, same. It was great talking to you, getting to give my advice, putting it forth
you.
beyond these students that I have been mentoring. I hope all of this feels helpful to whoever is aspiring into JBIMS
For
next
sure,
time.
for sure. Guys, we are helping aspirants prepare for CT 25, which is in the first week of April. You can find all the information in the description, our website, our Insta page, our Telegram group, WhatsApp group, the phone number. Whatever doubts you have regarding the course, the mentoring sessions, doubt solving mocks, just hit us up and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much, guys.